Our today's topic is features of strategy. As we know that strategy is an integral part of any managerial activity, and strategy is applicable or useful in all the levels of management, whether it is a top level management, middle level management, or the operational level of management. So, strategy is applicable or useful in all the levels of management. So, at this point, we will need to know the basics of strategy. So, the Mint Buzz has given 5 P's for strategy in 2005, which integrates the past, present, and future course of action. And these 5 P's are pattern, plan, position, prospective, and ploy. Let's talk about all these 5 P's in detail. So, first of all, let's get to know about pattern. When we say that the strategy is a pattern, we mean to say that the organization has been consistent in following a particular course of action, right? And when the company or the organization follows a particular plan of action, then it becomes a pattern, and it is the pattern is concerned about the past actions. It emerges over time from past actions, decisions, and outcomes. So the consistency of behavior that emerges over time from past actions is known as pattern, right? It emphasizes the importance of recognizing and understanding the underlying patterns, routine, habits that shape organizational behavior and performance. Patterns may include recurring themes, trends, or responses to environmental changes that reflect the organization's core values, capabilities, and strategies. Strategy evolves gradually through a process of learning, adaptation, and evolution rather than through deliberate planning or intentional action. And for an example, an organization which markets response products usually follows a high end strategy, and this pattern is repetitive in nature. And pattern shows the past behaviors. This becomes the realized strategy. When a pattern show obviously the pattern shows the past behaviors, and this becomes the realized strategy. Next P of Mint Buzz 5 P's for the strategy is plan. When we see strategy as a plan, it means preparing for the future, making the course of action and looking ahead and preparing or planning for the future. This becomes intended strategy because you have the intention to do that, right? So this becomes intended strategy. Usually the organization witnesses quite a contrast between the intended strategy and realized strategy. So if the intended strategy becomes a realized strategy, then it becomes a deliberate strategy. Otherwise, it is termed as unrealized strategy, right? When the strategy becomes a intended strategy, which is a future course of action. When an intended strategy becomes a realized strategy, then it becomes deliberate strategy. Otherwise, it is termed as unrealized strategy. In certain cases, in many cases, in certain cases of the organization, strategy becomes an emergent strategy where the plan are followed but in steps, not in one go, right? When the plan is not followed or done in a one go, instead of doing it in one go, it is done in a step by step ways, then the organization plans to diversify. For example, the organization plans to diversify, but it does not take the decision to diversification at one go. Instead, it moves towards diversification in a stepwise manner, right? Then this is known as emergent strategy, right? For example, let's take another example. For example, an organization want to increase its market share. So to increase the market share, instead of doing intensely, it does it in a stepwise manner. Then this is known as emergent strategy. Instead of going for in a one go, it goes step by step. It increases its market share increases its products and does the marketing strategy in a stepwise step manner, then this is not as known as emergent strategy. So plan emphasizes the importance of setting clear objectives, developing detailed plan and implementing them systematically. So proponents of this prospective belief that strategy emerges from a rational logical process of strategic planning where managers gather information, assess alternatives and make decisions based on careful analysis. Next P of strategy given by Mintberg is position. Position is also very crucial part of the strategy. The position perspective views strategy as a positioning or fit between the organization and its external environment, stakeholders, and competitors. It emphasizes the importance of identifying a unique position or niche in the market that allows the organization to differentiate itself and create value for customers. Positioning strategies may involve focusing on a specific market segment, offering distinctive product or services, or leveraging core competencies to gain a competitive advantage. So in certain cases, especially in the niche market, strategy is a position. For example, fast food chain wants to locate particular product in a specific market. Another example is that Apple devices has unique features, so it has a unique position in the market, it has a unique niche in the market, and it has the loyal customer support base. So positioning is also very important part of the strategy. Next is prospective. Strategy is a prospective, which means that strategy looks at the vision of the organization. In position, it looks at the external environment, whereas in the prospective, it looks at the internal environment. It looks at the morals, strategies, inside the organization. What are the moral values, the vision of the organization? Whereas in positioning, it looks at the external environment where the organization stands among the competitors, among the stakeholders, right? So, but in prospective, it looks at the internal environment. So the prospective views strategy as a mental model or a world view that guides decision making and action within the organization. It emphasizes the importance of adopting a holistic systems thinking approach to strategy, considering multiple perspective and dimensions of the business environment. Perspectives may include cultural, political, social, and ethical considerations that shape how managers perceive opportunities, risks, and challenges. Proponents of this perspective believe that strategy is much about mindset and interpretation as it is about analysis and action, and that effective strategy requires a deep understanding of the organization's context and values. Next and last P of the strategy given by Mintberg in 2005 is ploy. This is another way of looking at strategy. Ploy is the tactic used by the organization to overwhelm its competitors. These 5 P's of the strategy explain the concept of strategy under different situations. And the ploy perspective views strategy as a calculated tactic designed to outwit competitors and gain a competitive advantage. It focuses on using deception, surprise, and manipulation to achieve strategic objectives such as capturing market share, disrupting competitors, and influencing industry dynamics. Ploys may include actions such as price wars, predatory pricing, product differentiation, strategic alliance, and propounds of his perspective sees strategy as a game of strategy and tactics where success depends on the ability to anticipate and respond to competitive moves effectively. So these are the 5 P's of strategy explains the concept of strategy under different situations. Therefore, strategy is the one which sets the direction. It is the one which helps to set the direction. It is the strategy which focuses efforts. It defines the organization and provides consistency. The different features of strategy are as shown in the strategy is pattern, plan, position, prospective, and ploy. We can say that strategy is the one which shows the direction, which guides the organization, which is a course of action. It focuses efforts. It defines the organization, what are its values, what are its vision, and it provides consistency.